Thanks, guys, for watching. Those of you that are watching, if you want to join our Fight Club, the password is podcast, lowercase, together. Drop your red sign, and I will pick you up. Just keep in mind that we're full, so it takes a little bit of time. You can also ask questions or make comments in chat, and I'll definitely be able to read them out loud. My favorite... okay, here's the thing. I can tell you this, that my favorite Dark Souls content creators have changed over time. Okay? And I guess some I like more for Dark Souls 2, some I like more for Dark Souls, 1 and 3, whatever. And so I'm gonna go with the latest, I guess. With the most recent. And that's gonna be DS3, obviously. And my most favorite as of late probably has been, and I told Dixon about this guy, Raven619. And he does a lot of meta and like meta weapons, but the reason why I like to watch it is because by watching his videos I learn a lot of counters to meta weapons, and I enjoy his videos because of that. But just like I was telling Dixon the other day, I have a limit with those videos. I can only watch them for so long because they're just too try hard for me, and after a while I just have to watch something else. So the other YouTube streamer, Twitcher, whatever, that I also like is Dante WTF, which I think his channel is called Better TV. I don't know if you guys heard of him or not, but he's good too, and I like watching his stuff as well. Especially his Dark Souls 2 was really good. The Dark Souls 3 series is good too, but I think he had a lot more going on in DS2. My least favorite, let me think. I want to say I had a name. I was just thinking of the name, and I'm trying to remember. It'd probably be... It's a hacker, actually. Michael something. I don't know if you guys heard of him. It's like Michael something. He's a hacker. He does videos on like hacking and like invading people and all kinds of stuff. And one, I hate hackers. Two, I don't find those videos cool at all. And I don't know. Every time I see his video, pop up, I just think automatically, wow, I'm glad I play on Xbox, not PC, because this is the shit that kind of would irritate me. So, yeah.
Also, the PC banning system is absolutely horrible.
Yeah, well, they if I remember correctly, somebody was saying that they disabled, I don't know if somebody can correct me, like I said, I don't mess with PC, so I don't know 100%, but I want to say that with one of the latest patches, they disabled some like PC hacker, like looking for software or something like that. Like it somehow got disabled because people were having issue with the game and how it was running. And like I said, I don't know if that's true, but that's what I read on the Reddit. So yeah, so I don't know, like I said, I'd get super agitated if I played on PC and I ran into hackers, and I'm kind of glad that I have Xbox and we don't have to deal with hackers as much, really. So, but yeah, that's definitely my least favorite. I'm trying to remember his name, dude. I don't even remember his last name. It's like Michael something. If you look up like famous
Mike Will?
Dark Souls, no, famous Dark Souls 3 hackers, you'll see. I think his name's... I think his last name starts with a G or a C, something like that, but whatever. Yeah, that's definitely my least favorite. Phoenix, were you able to find anything? If not, I'm gonna move on.
No, sorry.
Okay.
What Dragon was saying about Bandroid, I like the simplicity in his videos because it's basically just 20 minutes of your average invasions. Of course, he gets to fight with way better invaders than I do. But, other than that, Yeah, it's cool to see. Just like,
You could look at strats too.
Yeah,
kind of, but
it's
Just in
funny.
this location though.
It's funny, yeah. And hey, if anybody in chat has a cool YouTuber or least favorite YouTuber you want to mention, let me know and I'll read it out loud. Yeah, you know what's funny? Like Dixon, so I told you about Revan619, and you mentioned Ravion, which I've seen Ravion before, but ever since our conversation, I've watched him more, and he actually has this cool Leo ring video that he posted,
yeah,
and
I
it's
watched
just
that.
crazy how good Leo ring is, and obviously, you know, I love Leo ring on Poke Weapons, but I definitely have been watching him more since we talked about it, and the one guy you told me actually that I saw his videos, but I didn't care for him. I never really clicked on him, and that was Moose Torrent.
Yeah,
you told me about him, right? Because that's
I don't think so, because I don't find his videos interesting. I think
okay.
he's another victim of the overuse of a topic that just isn't interesting, where it's like he just lets his subscribers pick whatever build he's gonna use next, and that's just so overdone that like, why can't they just use the build themselves and determine whether or not it's effective?
Ah,
Right.
good job.
I mean,
It's just an overused subject that I have no interest in
yeah.
watching.
The thing is that I don't know. There's, like I said, for me, content creators, especially for Dark Souls 3, have been seasonal. Like, I'll watch somebody for a long time, then I'll watch like their series, and then I just kind of get bored with it because, like you said, it's kind of the same, and I move on to somebody else. So it's been difficult staying on the same like content creator for a longer period of time because, like I said, I watch their videos and then it's like nothing new, you know. Whereas with the previous games, because the games were out longer, and I feel like, especially with Dark Souls 2, I mean, Dark Souls 2 by far had way more different, more unique builds because of the armors, because of the weapons and everything, you know. So like, I feel like when it comes to the most variations, then yeah, Dark Souls 2 had that. Hey Gur93, thanks for making the comment. He says Fighter PL and Lobos Jr.
Oh, Lobos Jr. Yes.
Uh,
Forgot about him.
Fighter PL, I don't know. That's,
See, here's the thing.
those type of videos just don't
Yeah,
interest me
Gore.
either.
Here's the thing. With the Fighter PL, I think they're funny, but I don't care for trolls. Like I personally get annoyed by trolls. So that's why I don't really see them. Like, he actually has a great Perry King sends salt video, and he's got 2 of them.
Those videos I like, because those videos are him actually playing the game and playing it well and destroying people that are trash at it, instead of just screwing with them for 20 minutes.
Right, that's the thing. Yeah, he's got those type of videos. He's got videos where he's just 100% trolling people, but then he's got videos where he fights, and he's a good PvPer. So yeah, so
I would rather watch really skilled players mess with like low tier players than see how do I word it? Than see just trolls mess with them.
Right. Now, Gur93, you also mentioned Lobos Jr. Here's my thing about Lobos Jr. I like him for playthroughs and speedruns, which I'm not really a big fan of speedruns anyways. But I like his playthroughs, and that's it. Like, his playthroughs and speedruns if I want to watch something interesting, cool. But other than that, like, he doesn't do much PvP, unless I just haven't watched most of it. And I think that's what he's most known for, is like people call him the king of speedrun, if I'm not mistaken, like, because he does so many speedruns, you know. And I think he does a lot of challenge runs too. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're into challenge runs, like, I think he had one on Dark Souls 1 that was called 1 HP 1 endurance run or something like that, you know. And I was like, okay, that's cool if you really want to do that, but like that's too extreme for me, you know. So but that's yeah, but those
Zero
two guys
stat
are
run.
big. Those two guys are quite big, so that's a good suggestion. That's a good input, Gur 93.
Probably about to lag out.
But okay. Anybody else?
Someone like that?
Anybody else want to add on?
No,
Now, what
so I'm
about
probably about to.
what about guys? What about trying to think. What about like some of the more famous YouTubers? What do you guys? How you guys feel about like the Ouroboros and Peeves and like the whole Soul Brand?
It's mainly
group
PC though.
that they got. I know.
They're not
But,
as they're not
but
as
I'm
good
just saying,
anymore.
what do you think? Like, yeah, what do you? Cause I think they were a lot more popular before. I don't think they're as popular now. I think they're more of a. I
I
guess,
think
dying breed or whatever you want to call it.
I
They're
think
first gen.
Ouroboros used to be pretty good, but in Dark Souls 3 I think he kind of lost it. And then Yukis and Peeve, they've also lost it. I don't think any of them are as good anymore as they used to be, and I think Ouroboros has always been a little bit overrated.
Yeah, well, see, I'm glad I brought these guys up because somebody in the chat asked about Ouroboros, and it's Samuel Crown. I'm glad you asked that because that's what we just said. See, it's funny. I was looking actually for a Dark Souls video from Peeve, like a recent one, and I haven't seen them do a recent Dark Souls video, like unless. I don't think I'm subscribed to his channel, so maybe it's like private or whatever.
Peeve got married, I think, and so he's probably got an actual life to take care of now instead of just streaming all the time.
Oh, really?
But
He got married?
I watched,
How?
yeah, like
Damn.
several months ago, I think. But I watched some of the last streams he did before, like, he was about to get married, and he was getting trashed on by like every host, and like before, you know, the videos on his channel, he could just like very easily destroy hosts and summons without having to rely on like super overpowered weapons. But I was watching his last couple streams, and it's just not that good.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
maybe
even solo hosts were able to
kill him.
stand a pretty good chance against him. Yeah.
Well, maybe that's like you mentioned. You know, he got married. I didn't know the dude was old enough to get married. I thought he was like early 20s or something. I don't know.
You can get married whenever.
Yeah, I know. I'm just, dude. I had no idea that he was that old, but I guess that makes sense if he started as a teenager in Dark Souls 1. But yeah, I think maybe. I also think that some of the bigger YouTubers that we just mentioned, they've gone to other things. Like I know Ouroboros has a ton of videos in For Honor, so I don't know if he plays on that. Dixon, you mentioned Dem No HTML, which is I think Scott John. I think that's his real name.
Yeah.
I think he plays a lot of For Honor. Trying to think. Praise the Sun. That's another guy I
Dragon,
forgot
how
to
do you
mention.
feel? Point
Praise
blank
the
throwing.
Sun.
I was trying to parry him. That's why.
Guys, Praise the Sun is another one that
Parry him with a
was
fist weapon was a bad
I
idea.
actually know that one.
that was a lot bigger
Yeah.
before, and
This
now
weapon sucks now.
I think he's mostly in For Honor, you know, because I used to enjoy Praise the Sun, but
I thought his videos were way too generic as well. It's just like, I'm gonna use this weapon, next video, pick my weapon. It's just way too generic. And like,
see,
yeah, he might be a decent player, but his video style is just so generic that I just don't like watching it.
well, I
Like,
like
if
his,
I'm gonna watch one of his videos, I'm gonna
What about Prod?
it.
right. Well, okay, hold
Prod
on,
also
Brett.
don't like.
That's a. Here's the thing. So that's what I was telling you with what's his name with Praise. I used to didn't like him at first, but then I kind of got over the fact that he likes to just yell a lot, especially when like he's doing it with his girlfriend and shit. There's just a lot of yelling going on, and I'm not a big fan of watching streamers whatever and then yell. But
Put on healing.
I will say a
He
reply.
just healed him.